Hi, Syleena. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Nice to see you, and thank you so much for your valued time today. I'm Tammy Reese with We Empower Magazine. Congratulations on your upcoming episode of Unsung.
Thank you.
And what do you think the viewers are going to expect from it? What do you want them to get out of it?
I think anytime you sit down and kind of share your story about your life or things that don't have anything to do, well, not don't have anything to do, but you talk about things that are personal to you as opposed to artistically who you are. I think that it is a good way to make your work relative to the actual viewer or the actual listener. You know, when you start to understand behind the scenes what was going on, then you get to have all these aha moments. Oh, okay, so that's why she did that. And see, now I see why she said that. It actually makes the music more powerful. It makes the art that the artist creates more powerful. So I'm hoping that people can feel like, people can feel like, they can relate better to me because of what they've learned this Sunday on the Unsung.
I love it. And you have a new album coming out this Friday, correct?
Tomorrow, actually. It's called Making
Tomorrow,
of a Woman. Yes.
Tell me about it, please.
It's called Making of a Woman, and it's like it's the Woman album reloaded, because the Woman album came out last year, but then the pandemic hit. And so then, the whole world shut down. And so you couldn't promote, you couldn't do performances, you couldn't do anything. And it made no sense. People were getting fired, furloughed at radio stations. Like, it was nuts. So, and then we were dealing with social injustice to a point where it was almost insensitive to even try and promote your own stuff. Like, the minute you start to, I guess, die down, but it never really did, just in general. But the minute you take a breath, you try to promote your stuff, here comes something else. So now you feel like I can't promote an album, and George Floyd they just sat on this man's neck for 9 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So this album is that album, but reloaded, redone, repackaged with more records, because women still have a voice in this world, and the album is an ode to women, and it's from women, by women, about women. That's what I like to say. So that's what the Making of a Woman album is.
And I want to thank you for the woman song and video. It's so impactful. It's so deep. It was so needed. And I definitely commend you and respect you, because a lot of people are scared to speak out for women's rights. They don't want to be judged. They don't want to, be looked down like we're bashing men or something like that. Though we need a stepping stone in this world, especially us Black women who are so overlooked and undervalued and unprotected. So I definitely thank you so much for that. In this particular album that releases tomorrow, Syleena, how did Q Parker from 112 get involved?
Q Parker is a good friend of mine. And so the record Home is the song that he's on. And it was a solo record at first. And I was like, this record would be such a good message with both points of view, with both perspectives. And so it talks about being solid, knowing that the person that you're with is the right one. And so it's one thing for a woman to say it, but it's even more impactful. I felt like if a man was saying, this is home, we are home, you and I are home. One of the things that women want more than anything is for a man to be all right with what they have to offer. And him knowing that that's it. That's your landing place. You know what I'm saying? So, for women to be able to hear a man say, this is home, we are home. And then there's a part in the song that says, give me your crown. Give me your crown now, baby. He's saying, you've been queening all day, but give me your crown now. It's time to chill. It's time to let me take over. And what woman don't want to hear that from a man?
Yes, come through.
Who don't want to hear the people say that? So I was like, you need to sing this part, because this part, we need somebody to tell the truth and shame the devil, so.
Yes, and speaking of telling the truth, y'all told the truth, that Equal Standard movie. Oh my gosh, yes. Who knows? Yes, come through. How did you get involved with the project?
Tahim Bryant is one of my good friends, and he's a producer, a movie producer, and he called me like, yo, Syleena, I got a part for you, and I think this part is just so you. So, Sergeant Jackie, what's Jackie's last name? In the movie, I forgot her last name, but Jackie is my name in the movie, child. And I'm a sergeant. My husband is Tobias Trevelyan, and he's a detective. We're both police officers. And he was like, I think you would kill this part. And so I came down and I did it, and I stuck with him all the way through the progression of this film. And look at God. The fact that it's out in a time where all of this police brutality is just, it's just art imitating life. And wow, I'm just really, really honored, because people are always like, well, what are artists doing with their platform? They always doing that to us. What y'all doing? And then when we do something, y'all don't need to be talking. Y'all need to just sing and shut up, So in my opinion, this is how we protest. This is how we use our platform. I ain't about walking in the streets. I got bad knees. I got a bad back. I'm not going to be walking out in those streets with no signs and hollering and carrying on. I got to sing. I got to preserve my voice. And it was COVID. So I was afraid anyway. But what I can do is use my platform socially, social media, to say something, to share, to post, to be a place where, like when we saw that George Floyd video, I posted it too. I wanted people to see this, when things are going on, I'm sharing all the things that are going on so it can get out here that people can see stuff. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, utilizing platforms like this to talk about it, to voice opinions about it, using platforms like, at the time it was Sister Circle, and now it's Cocktails with the Queens, where we talk about, different entities and different things that are going on in our country, and voicing it, using the Fox Soul platform to do that, using Music Mondays, music in the movement. That's what we talk about. We talk about it every single Monday. We talk about all kinds of stuff that's going on. So I'm using my platform, being an equal standard, making records like Woman. I'm using my voice, my platform, what God gave me to try to, that's my protest. That's my way, that's how I utilize what I have to help push forward the movement and do the best I can with what I have.
Yeah, absolutely. You're using your platform to empower, impact, educate, inspire others. You're walking in your divine purpose, and you're doing it very well. I definitely salute you. And let's take it back a bit, because you are a Grammy-nominated recorded artist. All Falls Down. I listen to that like every other week. Stop playing.
Come on, every other week.
Stop playing. Let it get on.
Hey. Okay.
Yes. Now, I know you're from Chicago. Did you know Kanye already from being affiliated? How did you get on the track?
Well, we're from Chicago, so we know of each other. There's Chicago circles. There's the Twisters, there's the Psychodrama, there's Do or Die, there's, Crucial Conflict. We Chicago family, and so Kanye, though, was working with, Rockland. At the time, he was a producer, for Jay-Z and all these other big artists. Not Rockland. What's Jay-Z and them?
Rockefeller, Rock Nation.
Rockefeller. No, it's not. It's Jay-Z.
Rockefeller.
That's Rockefeller. Okay.
Yep.
So he was working with Rockefeller, and I think Twisted had like a deal with Rockefeller too, and they were all down to the Rockefeller. And so I was a big fan of his music because of his production, like what he had done with Jay-Z and Scarface and different stuff like that. So I knew of him as a producer. And then when I started, we had been in at the same place, really, like from the same place, but in different worlds, you know what I'm saying? And the third album, my A&R guy, Wayne Williams, introduced me, connected us, because Kanye did You Don't Know My Name with Alicia Keys. And so my A&R guy really loved that production on that record. And I remember having a conversation with him about that record, You Don't Know My Name. And I was telling him, you know, and he connected us together, and I told him how much I loved his work and wanted to work with him and stuff. And that's how we connected. And so I was in the studio working with him, and I was working on chapter 3, a song called Bullseye, which is featuring Common. And the session was over, and he was like, yo, I need this clearance for All Falls Down, and I'm not able to get it. He was trying to get the Lauryn Hill clearance. But he wasn't able to get it. He was like, I need somebody to re-sing this. And, you know, so I re-sang it. And the next morning they were like, oh yeah, okay, so it's gonna be the single, and we're gonna do this. And I was like, okay then, you know, and so it is now what you listen to every other week, you know.
Yes, it's just such a feel-good song, and it's just a classic. When you hear the first beat of a song and you're like, oh, that's my, you know exactly what it is. And that's one of those songs for sure. Syleena, you have been very open and vocal about your personal struggles throughout your career that kept you going, kept you strong, kept you resilient. What encouragement words did you give to other people who may have went through similar situations?
Everything that you just said, like I've been through a lot and I've worked through a lot. There is no like, you know, stay strong, you know, there is no one thing. It's going to take multiple moments in order for you to determine what you need to do in those different predicaments. But I will say that resilience is going to be the key ingredient, meaning keep going. You fall, get back up, keep going. You lose a job, keep going. You have a bad breakup, keep going. You have an illness that you find out that you have that's terminal, keep going. Keep going, no matter what. And in the process of keeping going, seek counsel. Don't let trauma be the end all to be all of who you become. We're all going to experience it. We're all going to be in pain at some point in our lives. Pain is weakness leaving the body, you know. So pain is progressive though, because what it does is it makes you uncomfortable. So you have to do this to get out of the predicament. You got to move around. So keep going, because on the other end of that thing is something, is purpose, is your passion, is your peace. So my advice is to keep going, but create a foundation around you to help you go, to help you keep going. Counseling, positive friends, surround yourself with positive affirmations, create affirmations for yourself every single day, you know, and just keep going. And don't get upset get upset. Getting upset is cool, but don't quit or get down when you make a mistake. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to win every single day. You're not going to do everything perfect every single day of your life. Understand there will be setbacks, but they are setups for your comeback. So you have to keep going. And that's how I'm able to sit here, because I just kept going. Now, am I bruised? Yeah, I done been through some fights. You're going to have some cuts. You're going to have some bruises, but they will heal. So just keep going if you let them, because you got to want healing. That's something you got to want. Yeah, keep going.
I received that with care. So I know our readers, oh my gosh, I might need to get the church lady fan soon.
I like turning up. I just turn up.
That was the word. That was so empowering. I would leave you with this final question. For those, especially Black women who aspired by you so much, who wants to be a singer, actress, talk show host, things that you have elevated in your career, what would you tell them? They may be scared, may not have the resources, the connections, especially during these still unprecedented times. What would you say to them?
Oh, I would piggyback off of what I said before. Keep going. It's exhausting. We're out here fighting in the midst of everybody fighting. So it's hard to think that or to see the end goal, but you have to have faith. You have to believe in yourself. And let me tell you something. If Jesus said, all you need is a mustard seed, you know how small a mustard seed is?
Right.
I got at least 2 to 3 mustard seeds. Okay. I'm good for at least 3, 4 mustard seeds. And that's how you got to think about it. Like, man, that's really small. So what happens is with faith, and I know this is just me, and maybe a lot of people can relate to this. You'll believe because you're supposed to, right? If somebody say, I'm a Black woman and I am resilient, we believe that, right? That's normal. Somebody tell you, hey girl, you're a Black woman, you can handle this, right? We'll believe that. But when it hit, ain't nobody like, I'm a Black woman. When the pain comes and the opposition comes, we're not as quick to do that, right? So what we have to do is remember, don't forget to remember those moments of affirmations. And that's why I say creating affirmations. If singing is what you want to do and you believe, see, when people don't make it, it's because they really didn't believe. They did it because they thought it was the right thing to do. It was the outside, whatever the case may be. They thought it was the right thing to do. They believe because somebody else said something. But when you believe in here and and can't nobody tell you nothing, you're not going to quit. Something's going to continuously pull you to what you have, to what you want to do, to your gift, to your purpose. God has set that purpose. You don't have a choice. You're going to have to walk into it at some point. So you may as well, what's the alternative? Not believing. You may as well believe in yourself. That's my advice. If you believe in yourself, you can accomplish it all in this lifetime. You can do anything that you set your mind to. And I mean that. I mean that in real life. If I say I'm gonna lose 30 pounds, dang on it, it's going down. You got to do the work. It's not gonna be hard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not gonna be easy, but it can happen because you already said it's gonna happen in your mind. So when you connect your mind with your heart, everything will fall into place. Believe, keep going, have faith. Don't let anything, and because of the last thing I said, surrounding yourself with entities that help facilitate your growth and your progression and elevation and gifts. If I want to be an underwater basket weaver, okay, if that's my choice of career, okay, then
right.
I'm going where the underwater basket weavers are. I'm going to surround myself with people that make baskets. I'm going to surround myself with people that swim underwater. Okay. I'm going to create an environment to help facilitate my goals. I'm not going to go around people that tell me you'll never be an underwater basket weaver. People don't even weave baskets underwater. Like, why would I do that? Because then guess what I start to do? Believe what they think.
I'm just so awe-inspired, and keep up the amazing work. I'm just excited to write this article on you. Keep doing what you're doing. You are awesome. You are honored, appreciated, and valued.
Thank you. And so are you. So are you. We are honored. Black women.
Yes.
Speak Black women. That's what I like to say. I come up in a family of Black women. My team is pretty much Black women. Okay. We get it done, sis. This is who we are. Understand your DNA. We get it popping, okay?
Period.
And understand that is who you are. So if you watching Kamala Harris, you watching Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams got it popping.
Yes.
State blue when they cheated her out of an entire election. Understand who you are. Understand who you are. When you know that, you can't be stopped. You just can't be stopped. We good. We good. We did that.
Thank you so much, Syleena. Thank you, Jalila, if you're still listening. I appreciate you both. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Thanks, sweetheart.